Okay, in this video I'm going to be a little bit more quicker than I was in my previous video. And so I guess the subject that I'm going to talk about right now is meditation. And so since it's something that I know a lot about, at least I have a lot of ideas about it, it's going to be a lot quicker than how I was before. Now, first of all, my computer. Well, there wasn't anything wrong with my computer, but the modem was too expensive because it was from Comcast. I was paying like $110 a month, and that was bundled with television. And they told me that just the modem alone would be $70. And so I guess I didn't really take the time to notice how my budget couldn't afford that, and so I had to give back the modem, and for an entire month I was without modem. And so my bed over there, if you can see the cushion, it was I just had to sit there. And you see, previously when I did try to meditate, it always made me feel uncomfortable, like I was kind of like a hazy, fuzzy feeling of agitation and not getting into a relaxed state. So in the relaxed state, you're able to disconnect from your body. In the relaxed state, you're able to feel like you don't have your hands, like your hands are like a void, and so everything becomes void-like, and there's motion. You see, I don't have introverted sensing, so I can't really tell what my body is doing on the inside, and so I really have to focus because I can't see anything either. When I meditate, I try to focus on the blackness that's around me, and I try to keep my eyes focused on the center, because when they're focused on the center, you're able to see like as if it was completely a wide open space, instead of a unconscious lazy eyes type of feeling, whereas you can't really see anything consciously. And so because I always heard that you should focus on your breath, I tried that for a couple of minutes, like 15 minutes, and still I felt nothing. It's very difficult to feel the breath. It's so since I guess I'm in my head all the time, I'm in there. I just said, I'm going to see what happens when I pay attention to my brain instead. And so I know the map of the brain pretty well. And so it was, I actually, when I lost the internet, I had my smartphone with me, and like here it is. It's attached to a cord. It's charging up, and because it's attached to because it's a smartphone, I was able to. I can't really type on the smartphone, but I can visit internet sites, and I guess I just typed in some websites, and I found out that the tension inside you have to feel where it is that's tight, and then observe it. When you observe something, it kind of goes away, or you become disassociated from it. And so just recently, like yesterday when I was meditating, or no, not that time. The time before the last time I was meditating, I oh yeah, I felt something. I felt something. It was like a swirl in the center of my brain, and going, and it was like one of those rushes you feel when you're exhilarated. Except the exhilaration was kind of like in the thalamus area, kind of like right there, and but there's a center between your brain called the corsal callosum, and the corsal callosum, it doesn't have any brain matter, but you can still hear things and feel things in the center of it. And in the center of it, you don't have to put well, the thing is, you don't have to put effort into generating these feelings. All you have to do is observe until they arise up. And then when they arise up, you feel them. So and so one of the effects of this was when I got the internet back, I was able to focus. I was able to focus on the things that I was doing. It was like having new glasses for somebody for the first time, and I could see details like if you were to imagine a flock of birds, and the flock of birds, you could see each individual bird as it moved throughout the flock. And I saw some of that with the videos from the YouTube channel GaryGeck.com, and I reread most of some of the things that I had typed earlier, and I found out that I actually understood it better, even though myself, when I wrote it, I didn't really understand what I was writing. I was just like, hey, this sounds like it should actually be part of something. And because it was because it was just flowed naturally, when I reread it, and from all the other stuff I learned, I got a much better conscious awareness of whether or not what I was saying meant something. And because things are more, when things get detailed, like that could be SI. I guess I improved my SI, and that actually allowed me to listen and comprehend and do much better than I was before. And so I'm gonna I do meditate now before I go to bed. When I turn off my computer before I go to bed, I meditate. And because I do it like half an hour at a time instead of 15 minutes, or an hour at a time instead of 15 minutes a day, and they say do 15 in the morning, 15 in the evening. But I feel like I can just do a long period, because if you do it a long period, then you get more of those sensations inside of you. that are positive, and it rewires the circuits, because I've always had this thing where I wish I could visualize every brain cell in my brain at once, because it's however we exist in the universe, how consciousness exists in the universe, there's a flowing state within you, and yet because we're aware of that state of being conscious human beings, we things like free will are like strange attractors. It's like a black hole. It's self-reflective. It's not pushed and pulled by the environment as much as the fact that if we weren't able to comprehend things beyond ourselves, then materialism would be true. Because if materialism was true, then how can you say, oh well, I can think of the absolute. I can think of infinity. I can know what infinity is, even though the incompleteness theorem of Kurt Gödel says that you can never reach it in a finite way. We can still know that it's infinite, and because we know, we can actually be above it in some way. And I guess that's pretty much all I have to say. It's a little bit of philosophy there at the end.